The American Business Institution is a staple of success to our way of life. Good organizations function under healthy leadership, and they employ qualified men and women to continue in that tradition of success. But success means the organization must make sound and competent decisions, not only for the sake of the organization, but with the welfare of each person they employ.
He then took me out and took me on a tour of all the dental facilities, and it was at that time that I notified him of my religious beliefs, that I was aware that they did have clinics on Saturdays and that I would not be able to participate on those clinics, and that in the wintertime on Fridays I'd be leaving early because the sun would set before the day was finished at work, and I would need to be home by sunset.
When Bob and I met, we were both Seventh-day Adventists. We feel very strongly about keeping the seventh day holy, the seventh day Sabbath, which the Bible says to keep the seventh day holy. That has always been a family time for our family. We keep Sabbath from sundown Friday night to sundown Saturday night, and everything that we do in that period of time is with our family.
And he told me at that point that there was no problem with that.
Now, everything seemed to be going fine until Dr. Fritz discovered that he would need open heart surgery, which would soon begin to put some major events into motion.
I actually got the phone call from the cardiologist's office that said they needed to see him immediately.
And went into the surgery feeling pretty confident that things were going to be taken care of.
Well, it sure took a lot of pressure off at that moment in time. I mean, I've got 2 kids. I've got my husband in the heart hospital, and I don't work, so I have nothing at this point in time. I'm counting on him to be able to be healthy and go back to work and support our family.
And then, to make matters worse, then Dr. Fritz was informed that his pay would be discontinued.
And he said that's what he had to do, and offered me the possibility of working hourly instead of on salary without benefits. And I told him that I couldn't afford to do that, I would have to come back to work. And he says, well, as soon as you can come back to work, you let me know, and then we'll have a meeting and talk about it. Less than a month and a half later, I started receiving harassment, questioning my religious beliefs, about working late on Friday or leaving early.
It was almost right after that review and raise that we got that was very good. We started getting questioned about why Bob was leaving early, and that was all discussed prior to Bob even signing a contract to take the job with the company.
And he had approved my leave and the trip, and the night before I was leaving for the trip, he told me he wouldn't go on the trip if he were me, and that I'd better think very carefully about going on the trip because there were a lot of things that need to be taken care of.
It's like you leave on a trip and you're not really sure what you're facing. Why are you being threatened the night before? Why would this threat come the night before you're leaving on a trip? And he knew we were leaving. And he had approved Bob's vacation.